July 9th. That's the date I uploaded my last full video so far. No, it's almost the beginning of August. Why? What happened? Was it laziness? Work? Too many responsibilities? Or did the very concept of my YouTube channel catch up with me? Let's take a look at it, right from the beginning. So, let's go back 2 weeks. Just like many of you, every year I take a week or two off for vacation. As a family, we pack our bags and head out to explore new corners of our beautiful planet. This year we chose the sea. I had been to the sea before, but back then I was still a little child. But neither my wife nor my son had ever stood before that endless body of water. The accommodation, the location, and even the weather turned out great. We found seashells. Look, a seashell! Honey? We found a lot of seashells and overall really enjoyed our time off. During the vacation, I posted a quick update with a few photos on my channel so that all of you who subscribed. By the way, a warm welcome to all of the new subscribers. You have no idea what a huge pillar of motivation you are for me. Knew that this break was planned. After returning home, well rested and full of ideas, I got down to work. In Blender, I modeled a slightly more detailed version of my office, a process I also want to share with you in the future, and hit render. A nightmare. Surely, that was just a coincidence. I probably just overloaded my PC. I'll try again in a bit. Oh no! The purple and green artifacts made it crystal clear. The GPU was on its last legs. I won't lie, I broke into cold sweat. An RTX 3060 that was barely a year old. It's true that the guy who built my PC warned me it was an older model, but still, I immediately contacted the PC builder. In the end, the replacement cost me a bit of extra post-vacation money, but I am now a proud owner of brand new RTX 5060 Ti. Now, I just have to explain to my wife why I urgently needed to swap this black box for this black box. This whole ordeal reminded me once again that life loves to do its favorite thing: be unpredictable. One moment you have everything sorted out and you're working on something you've been pushing yourself to do for the past year, and suddenly you're without a GPU. As it happens, this story serves a great example for the video I was planning for you anyway. Let's be honest, if you're like most people, a working person with a family, you really don't have much free time. And honestly, I don't think it's your fault. Work and commuting can easily eat up 10 hours of your day. You also want to spend quality time with your family. Unlike at work, you are truly irreplaceable for them. Your house, apartment, and car always seems to demand attention at the most inconvenient of times. And on top of that, You want time for yourself and a hobby? Right now, I'm supposed to start telling you about the most efficient daily routine used by the elites and how you should set up free passive incomes by Wednesday. So you have more time for red light therapy. And most importantly, if crickets don't make up 60% of your daily diet, you are failing behind. Relax. YouTube is full of this kind of content. I leave that to other specialists. Every single one of us is in different situation with different options. However, I do have one universal piece of advice when it comes to the time management, and that is, don't make huge changes all at once. If you decide overnight that you are going to spend 2 hours every day learning Blender and start your own studio within 6 months, I'm afraid your chances are pretty slim. It takes deliberation and starting slow. Feeling this every day looks a lot simpler than feeling this. I started with 15 minutes a day on my laptop. Poor thing was happy if it could just handle basic shapes. Rest assured that every evening when it was time for Blender, I suddenly had to finish a bunch of other chores. Subconsciously, I was resisting changing my established routine. All that evening doom scrolling and endless searching for TV show on Netflix were aggressively competing for my attention. If you feel the same way, it's not your fault. That these apps are designed to be addictive. Every day that I managed to sit down and work for 15 minutes became a small victory, and gradually I noticed a change. My brain started rewarding me not for finding a funny video, but for completing a well in Blender, even if it looked like my son drew it. The time spent modeling started increasing naturally. The first step was the hardest. Small goals proved useful in the models themselves too. Naturally, my first idea was to create a Warhammer Space Marine in full armor fighting demons. Let's just say I didn't even get to the helmet. It's frustrating. Your head is full of ideas, but your hands can't translate them into reality. Your brain starts discouraging you because you are not good enough. That's where small goals come to the play again. Outsmart your own brain. Instead of Space Marine, model a flower pot. A basic mesh, brown color, and a single light source are enough. Render at 68 samples and boom, straight into your collection. Congratulations, you just finished your first project. Be proud. Step by step, the models become more complex and you see actual progress. I'm also very glad I didn't, and I wouldn't recommend that to you either. Invest big money in expensive gear right at the start. Not only are you fighting to change your daily routine, but you also have expensive equipment lurking over your shoulder, expecting you to use it. That pressure of, well, I've already invested in it, might motivate some people, but for me, it would be more of the burden. For example, my old HP ProBook served faithfully for many years. Combined with my 1080p monitor, It gave up only after almost 2 months of rendering. Its processor compute forever in the Silicon Plains. I still use the monitor today. For now, it's enough. It's been a year since I started trying to learn Blender. Over the last 2 months, I also added a YouTube channel to hopefully help a few of you take that first step. When I factor in family, work, and the few other hobbies I'm trying to maintain, it's quite a lot. But honestly, so far I'm enjoying it more than any app designed to consume as much of my time as possible. That feeling when you build something yourself, upload it, and few people actually like your creation, it's just unmatched. Thank you again for your attention and your patience. In the description, you find the address where you can send your models, suggestions or questions. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!